So Marjorie Taylor Greene says that Donald Trump's First Amendment rights are being trampled upon. They're being infringed with all these gag orders. Never before has someone been treated so unfairly in a courtroom. What they're doing to this president's never been done before to anyone else in American history. And it's amazing that there are people out there stupid enough to hear her and believe what it is that she's saying. It's absolute insanity. Again, I realize that not everybody out there finished high school. I realize not everybody out there went to college. I realize not everybody out there went to law school. But again, have you never sat through an episode of Perry Mason? Have you never sat through one movie in your life where you can kind of get a general idea of how the system works and understand that when you are on trial, it is because you are being held accountable for your actions. And when you're being held accountable for your actions, your speech is limited in that courtroom and in that situation. And that has got absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with the First Amendment of the Constitution. So I'm going to read it to you, and we're going to break this down, and we're going to show you how that this is apples and oranges, Marge. And yes, this happens every day in courtrooms across America. This is happening to everyday people all over this country. They're being told, you can't talk about this. You have to stay quiet about this part of it. You can't bring this up from the past. They're being told the same thing. It's just that Donald Trump thinks he's above the law because he's been pampered his entire life. So accountability feels like persecution to people like him and to Marge. But let's look at the First Amendment. It says, Congress, that is a key word, okay? That's a key word moving forward here. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of the people to peacefully assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Again, Congress shall make no law prohibiting the freedom of speech. Congress shall make no law. That has got nothing to do with the courts. That's got nothing to do with the court of law issuing a gag order or saying you're not allowed to talk about this one particular thing at this particular time. That is not in no way an infringement upon Donald Trump's rights. He's being held accountable. I can't believe that we have to sit here and break this down like we're back in grade school, but I remember learning about this in like the 5th grade. I can remember my teacher standing up and explaining shit like this and going, oh, okay, I got it. I mean, little old me in little old Middlesboro, Kentucky, I figured it out at the Yellow Creek Elementary School. Yeah, I got you. But you got a guy who is a former president of the United States. You have all these congressmen and women going around going, oh, he's being persecuted. He's being treated unfairly. And they actually think that freedom of speech means you can just overturn an election. You can just overthrow democracy. That's freedom. You had a right to say it, didn't you? And it boggles the mind that there's people out there that will buy this and will latch onto it and act like, oh, never before in American history has this happened. Go find the entire DVD collection of Perry Mason or Matlock, and I guarantee you, you will see this shit happening on every freaking episode. It's happening in every courtroom in America. There are trials going on all across this country. And Donald Trump thinks he can walk in there and go, the election was stolen from me. And they'll go, oh, we're sorry, Mr. President. Yeah, they stole a lollipop off me in the 4th grade. Oh, well, let's go back and get you a new lollipop, buddy. It's ridiculous that people are that stupid. And it's stupidity. I won't call it ignorance because we live in a world where more information is at your fingertips. You can figure this shit out. You can Google it yourself. You can look into it. You can research it. And you can figure it out. So you're not ignorant. You're just willfully stupid if you believe that Donald Trump's First Amendment rights is being infringed upon. God, it's like I wake up every day and I say to myself, what am I going to talk about next? You know? And then there's days where I go, really? Do I have to talk about this again? Do I have to point this out one more time? Do I have to say one more time how that these are apples and oranges and you guys are just trying to dodge accountability? And at the end of the day, that's all this is. Donald Trump has been pampered his entire life. He's got his way his entire life, and he's being held accountable for his actions. And when you're being held accountable for your actions, yes, your speech in that scenario is limited, and that does not have one single damn thing to do with the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. End of story.